sunod pala, very touching na kay akong nadumduman akong mama who used to be a teacher. And palaga na ba kayo mo ato niya? So, ibalo ko sa kinabuhi sa usa ka teacher, ang mga mamon na bigason na lang, nga naa sa sunod sa bag, ang mga paa sa manok na napadlos na diha sa sunod sa bag, mga torta nga nabigas. Uy, siyempre, ako'y ka-check up sa iyang bag. Ngitag sinsilyo, and ako ra na lisensya sa balay na mo-check up sa iyang bag. So, walo ko sa mga pinutos. Gikan siya sa kinabuhing teacher. No, and pasinsilyo sa treasury warrant, wala na sa inyo karon, di ba? And yet ang sweldo sa teacher was given via a treasury warrant. Murag money order, murag cheque. So, siyempre, dalon dito sa Chinese trader, pasinsilyuhan at a discount. Pasinsilyuhan at a discount. Palit na yun sa mga dilata o kupan pa. Giagi ko na. What was most touching was, nag-eskwela kami sa Manila, I pursued my law studies in Manila, and my mother was sharing the room with me, together with ang akong magulang who pursued his medical study. And kami, scholar sa among mga ginikanan, ang akong mama was a scholar of DepEd. Kaya she was sent to UP to pursue her studies, advanced studies in music. So, Loy Town. Kada hapon, umapanil to, magbaklay, bit-bit sa iyang gitara, and then sakay pa ingon sa Quezon Boulevard bus, and then another bus ride to UP. So you could just imagine kung mag-ulan, kung na-ay demonstration, kung na-ay strike sa bus, kung sa jeepney, magbaklay ang tawag ko siya. And every night she would play the guitar with us. And motoy ako music, so nalugos ko mag-study. Kaya mauwa ko sa akong mama siya, religious sa iyang eskwela, sunod ako ngayang scholar, bugoy-bugoy. So I had to study. So, pito na kami ilang anak. My mother was not a college graduate. Pito na kami iyang anak. My mother was still, kay ngano naundang siya sa pag-eskwela when the war broke out. Naundang siya. She was interna din sa Lourdes. Naundang kay inlaw na sa among papa. Inlaw. So, nag-eskwela siya sa ETC, Elementary Training Course. At that time, that was a 2-year course dito sa St. Peter's College in Balingasag. a small private school. Dito na eskwela. Na siyempre, yung mga classmates, mga hubog, pero nag-atos ito. And then graduated and started teaching until her talent was discovered and ipadala sa Manila to pursue her studies. Nahimong district supervisor, nahimong provincial supervisor sa music, hangtod nahimong regional supervisor. Many of you may have gone to Manila with her sa NAMSIA. O na, NAMSIA. Kami ang kapirisyon nito kay kami ang atiman sa iyang lihok dito. In town, tuanas Manila, o ato pas mga balay sa kongresista, mga balay sa senador, mag-solicit para sa mga NAMSIA delegation. I went through that, gunuban sa iya. Grabe, ang kinabuhi sa teacher is a sacrifice. Nakasabot ako niya na. My father was also a teacher before he pursued his medical studies. He was one of the pioneer teachers of Salay National High School right after the war. And then I used to teach in Manila and then din sa Xavier sa College of Law. Pero up to now, ganahan niya po mag-lecture sa akong estudyante, mga taga-city government na. Pero lecture na din sila ganahan puminaw. But I love mentoring. I love mentoring. And that is precisely the quality sa kinabuhi sa teacher na to me is the most important. The passion to share what you know. The passion of being an enabler. The passion of being a giver of a direction for many. I remember that phrase, it is not the direction that you take, but rather the direction that you give. Kinabuhi sa teacher. Kung nagtudlo ko, whenever ako mga estudyante, pasar, wow! I was very proud to have been a teacher of that. Karon na yung mga functions, some of them are already regional directors. Naimamuhin sa ako, Sir, I was once your student dito sa Manila. Di ko na ganay kadungduman. Honestly. Pero, the beauty. Pero abin ninyo, even up to now, di ko kalimot sa akong teacher sa grade 1, teacher sa grade 2, teacher sa grade 3, teacher paingon sa high school tanan. Pati itong mga kusi-kusi, di balintang. So, salamat sa inyong tabang. Second District, Councilor Malugaani, Councilor Suset Matas Daba, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, Councilor Curly Balaba, and Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, mentioned ko na. Councilor Bonglao, of course. Councilor Alam Lim, and Ato SK, Councilor John Michael Seno. And without them, we would not have done so much. Pero tungod sa ilang suporta, hanutoy kayo ang dagan. Salamat po kay Congressman Clark Soy, sa iyang suporta. Lagi, katimbang, kaapat. And, muna ka, wow, ayan ako, maling Diyos sa 2021, announce na ko that 2 years pag ikakaroon, di lang sa ako i-announce na mag-uban ng Clarex. Anyway, ito isang adlaw, kadawat kita o another award. Diyan mo na ang mga awards and recognition sa Cagayan de Oro City. Wow! Astonishing! Phenomenal! Over the last 6 years, naaka ng competitive index where ang mga LGUs, mga munisipyo, first to third class, first to second class, third class to sixth class, component cities, and then highly organized cities are ranked among themselves. And every year, the highest ranking LGUs are recognized. For 6 years, straight, kaloy sa Ginoo, Cagayan de Oro has landed consistently among the top 10 highly urbanized cities in the country. Wow! 4 categories is government efficiency, infrastructure, economic dynamism, and resilience. Kaloy sa Ginoo, Cagayan de Oro, consistent, top 10, Cagayan de Oro. Sinergia, Cagayan de Oro over the last 3 years, consistently awardee sa Seal of Good Education Governance. Wow! Salamat kayo.
Salamat, Mayor.
Now, dito ko gikan sa launching sa Wi-Fi sa JR Mora o sa City Hall. And there will be more Wi-Fi areas sa atong mga eskwelahan next year. More Wi-Fi areas. Ang Cagayan de Oro, consistent front-runner diya sa EGO Awards. Na kanang DICT was formed only in 2016. Already, Cagayan de Oro has been a recipient of many awards. Number 1 in 2016, and then recently, sa unong categories, Cagayan de Oro landed as a finalist in 4 of these 6 categories. And then sa upat na finalist kita, Cagayan de Oro was number 3 in 1 category and number 2 in another category. Wow. Praise the Diyos. And then, the other day, Cagayan de Oro was adjudged as the country's best highly urbanized city in terms of child-friendly governance. Wow! Dito sa Malacanang, where the awarding was held, ingon tong head sa Council for the Welfare of Children. A total of 1,700 passed the standards of the Council for the Welfare of Children, an attached agency of the DSWD. Of the 1,700, mga 1,500, almost 1,500 ang awarded sa Seal of Good Child-Friendly Governance. And then, sa 1,500 na ay 20 who had succeeded as finalists sa Child-Friendly Award. Again, in 5 categories. Munisipyo, first to second class, munisipyo, third to sixth class, component cities, and then independent component cities, and then highly urbanized cities. 20 upat kada category. And Cagayan de Oro was one of the finalists sa highly urbanized cities. Wow. And then, from 25 were given presidential awards. And sa highly urbanized cities, Cagayan de Oro got the award. Wow. And then, ugma pohon, Gawad Kalasag awarding. Wato silang Dr. Ramon Neri, together with our delegation sa City Health, abot uban si Dr. Gani, Councilor Gani. Kay naay Gawad Kalasag, ang Cagayan de Oro is one of 3 finalists sa Best Local Government Hospital category sa Gawad Kalasag Award. Ang JR Board. Wow. Why are we working hard to do this, to achieve this? We are working hard because we want our service to be a top-notch service. Awardee ang Cagayan de Oro for the first time. After panahon ni Nene Pimentel, I think sa kambing na atong Crown Award. That was the last time. Crown stands for Consistent Regional Outstanding Winner in Nutrition. To be a Crown awardee, you have to be number 1 in the region for 3 consecutive years. And for the first time, after a long time, Cagayan de Oro had won the Crown Award. Salamat kayo sa ato sa mga health workers. And then, naana ang Universal Healthcare Program. Karong December 18, muadto kita sa Manila in order to sign a memorandum of agreement with no less than the Secretary of Health para ma-formalize ang entry sa Cagayan de Oro as a pilot city under the Universal Healthcare Program. Wow. Wow. Diyos, Ginoo. Dili sa yun. Pero, mahimo man. And we have shown na mahimo na. Kung magtinabangay lang. Magtinabangay lang. So, dagan pa ang atong makabot. We will continue to build more classrooms sa Cagayan de Oro. We will continue to establish new campuses din sa Dakbayan. Karon, doon na mahuman ang Kauswagan High School, doon na mahuman ang Kalaanan, ang Pienroa High School, and then sugod na ang Civil Works para sa bagong Kugman National High School. Wow. And then we will put up a new high school sa Malasag. Malasag National High School. We will never stop tungod ining atong team because our team does not stop.